According to Google, he is a community organizer, film director, former political leader out of New Jersey. He is an older millennial, and the ladies love him. Oh yeah, he is a C-list celebrity in his own mind.
Welcome to a new and exciting event with the Who Is Omar Dyer series. Right now we're being powered on one stream and we're broadcasting right here on our Twitch channel. And a lot of things have gone since we last broadcasted. Currently, right now, we're testing our system. So we're testing our microphones to see how good they work and what I can do to better appropriate a more bigger and better experience and bring to you a new and improved series. There's a lot of things that are going on with this venture. One thing that I'm working with and captivating on is telling a compelling story. For the past, month, I've been dealing with a lot of issues, and the issues that I've been dealing with became, personal and abroad. And because they were personal and abroad, it made a big, big impact on my thinking, and I had to self-reflect for a while. So I've been gone, modulating, putting my mind into retrospect. And the reason is because of a lot of family drama, a lot of family issues. Besties, if one would call it, or blood brothers, if you are a male, have perished, passed away on me, and that totally took a toll on my mental psyche. Another key core issue is that a lot of family members have deceased as well. So my mind hasn't been where it should be, or how it should be, and that breaks into your stories. And for storytellers, it's a hard thing to grasp, a hard thing to look at when you got to deal with life expectancies and the pressure and the buildup and the stigma, and the captivity of trying to do more than what you can, or trying to be above the fray, or even trying to be this stigma of a creation that you built on these apps. when you come to these platforms and you bare your soul, when you come to these platforms and you bare your being, your existence, when you come to these platforms and you work hard to entertain a crowd that may not even appreciate the work that you put in. They may not even appreciate the style that you do. And you're on there, you're thinking, you're motivating, you're captivating, and you're being spontaneous. And you're trying to build an audience. And you have no idea if that audience is trying to build with you. And that's the whole basic key of it all. The pursuit of fame, the pursuit of fortune, the pursuit for this key idea that they call happiness. It's something that captivates a lot of people, and it takes a great deal. It takes great time, it takes great passion, and it takes a great deal of fortitude when you're in this situation, and that situation doesn't happen too frequently. And sometimes it has to dig at you. You're digging in these spots and you're digging in these zones, and you're wondering, man, when is it your time to shine? When is it your time to be the next Kai Sinai? When is it your time to tell an appreciating story? When? And that's the question that a lot of people ask when they come on these platforms to perform and be uh, the thing that they most value most. For me, it's been a journey. I've been doing this for at least a decade. The rising, the motivating, the captivating thriller of the Manila, or just one of those voices that you can understand and appreciate. The mind swipes, the digital collapse. I mean, it was very, very prudent that I come here today and voice my opinion. And it's very, very prudent that I come here today and uh, share my story. Today, if you did not know and you did not understand, the New York Knicks finally, finally had that 53-year parade. And it was a spectacular moment for a lot of New Yorkers. I don't know what part of New York you were from, but when you were down there at that parade, it was peaceful. It was notary. It was honor. There were no backstories. No one took it to any offense. And people were there to genuinely celebrate the New York Knicks. And what a lot of other people don't know is that the 1973 Knicks that won, they never got a parade. And it was captivating to see them walk through the parade with the current New York Knicks. The only thing that I wish that the New York should have done for the 73 team was also give them all keys to the city as well, because they never got a parade. They never got that recognition that they deserved when they won it. We're talking about Clyde Frazier, Earl of Pearl Monroe, Black Jesus. I mean, how many top 75 players were on that Nick team that won it in 1973? At least five. Monroe, Frazier, King, Dave the Butcher. Those were spectacular Knicks that never ever got the aurora that this current Knicks got. And that was something special to see. I wish I would have took pictures. I didn't take pictures like every other fan. That's my Achilles heel is that I in the rendezvous or the front lines of these big moments, and I dare never take any pictures, or I don't have an entourage with me to captivate or hail the moment. So, but yeah, it is a new beginning or a new horizon for it all. And that was something very, very dear and special that I had to step in and join in the process. Yeah. So, in all the bigger and better and more important news, if you want that idea, every so often I try to get into the world of NFTs, the world of non fungible tokens, the world of building platforms, blockchains, technologies, animated technologies, anime, and combine that all into a crypto speed. And 2 years ago, I was invited to the NFT NYC 2024. It was a spectacular event. It was held down there in the Jacob Javits Center, and it went well for me, but not well for NFT NYC. So what we're doing with this move, with this Who is Omar Dyer series, is we're going to push the narrative. We're going to promote the extremities, and we're going to try and build an aurora for the 2026 NFT NYC, build buzz, and we're going to need your help. Well, I'm going to need your help because the fan NJ is coming back to where it all started, to where it all created, and to where it all captivated. And we're looking to bring more excitement, to bring more buzz, to bring more valueship, ownership, headship, and make it a critical key understanding that the only way for a community to be as strong as it should be is through financial literacy. We are in an era where financial literacy is prudent for those who are in the middle class and want to jump up ahead. We are in an era where financial literacy is the abundance of survival. Because everybody has a business, everybody has a cause, everybody has a passion, everybody has a way. But the cream is what everybody's achieving to strive for. And that's what we call the lion's den. When you're in the midst of the lion's den, you are not competing for yourself. You're competing against the cream of the crelladem, the primes of the bread lions. And in order for you to make it in this embodiment, in order for you to make it in this entrapment, engagement, and so forth, and however, you have to understand. You have to understand the process. And that's one of the things that I enjoy the most. And that's one of the things that I want to see happen the most. And that's one of the things that we're looking to build around us. And I thank you for joining me in my journey here on this platform. Uh, I thank you for, at least helping me try to build something out of nothing. And I want you to follow, like, share, build in on a moment. Because these are all times. And sometimes they lapse, sometimes they overpredict. But it's still an elusive illusion. And it's always great to make it in a quick, acute understanding. because I'm always going to give you that crowd pleaser. I'm always going to give you that crowd outro. I'm always going to give you that digital expo. And it's always about what we do when we make it through. And when you can see as far as the eye can see, as big as we all believe sometimes. I just feel that that muster, I believe in that idea. And we're gonna take some pictures. We're gonna build you some incredible stories. Like I have two stories that I'm writing currently, uh, the rundown and the transcripts and the scripts for, because at the end of the day, these are just not going to be podcasts that stream on these platforms. I'm also submitting these podcasts, these uh, small little chats to film festivals and other, you know, ceremonial marketing events because it's just not okay that you just post your stuff on the internet and then you be inclusive into one community. You want to break your chain and break your way into all communities, and that's why over my career I've always been uh, 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 an accumulative of plenty accolades. So I've been able to accumulate a lot of accolades. I haven't promoted any of my accolades because in the beginning I used to get hit hard for self promotion. But then again, I'm like, well, if you keep nominating me for these prestigious awards and then no one wants to report them, who else is going to me on the back for the hard work, for the achievements, for the muster? Because even when you are trying to get ahead in this game of social media, at the end of the day, it's still an environment that you have to, what we call, pay to play. You have to show and market your work because your work is just not going to do it alone. You have to build a business around your work because spamming is not going to get you the result you want alone. And you have to, once again, you have to be an apprentice. Not just an apprentice to the field, but an apprentice to the craft. Because once you are an apprentice, you become a master. And if you don't master your craft, no one is going to believe your story. And I get it all the time. I'm more of an inspirational drift writer, more of an inspirational craft writer. I can write and dominate in any genre, but it seems that the field of comedy became a suitor. It's not my design craft, but it's a suitor. And I'm good at it. You know, as I said in arts and entertainment, I've been in this industry since I was 9 years old. Maybe not on a high level, but I've been doing, you know, what they call is forgot that word. It's right off the tip of your tongue. Sometimes you get words that are right off the tip of your tongue, and you have to look and you're like, okay, all right, extra. Boom, there we go. I've been extras. I've been side casts. I've been standbys. I've been independent. Well, I've built an independent career on my own where I literally own every aspect of my media. And they're thinking, oh, well, how can you become a media company? I do it all in one stop shop because of my experience and because of the projects that I interned with, worked on, get no credit for, get laughed at if I mentioned that I was a part of that project. And it goes all into the tyranny of credibility. And sometimes I now look and I face it. I'm captivated right in the front eye. I stare it down in the meantime. I show no emotion at being laughed at. I look directly in its face. And when you look at something directly in the face, you see and you understand who are for and those that are against. And by looking at unresolved matter directly in the face, you figure out how to undefine it, to not make that moment your shining down, to put in the work, the hard work. And sometimes to you, it may not be more that you can do because if you are a hard worker, you are a perfectionist. Being a perfectionist means that you gotta over evaluate things and over evaluate processes. But for me, definitely for me, we gotta handle that process accordingly. And that's just me. So I'm gonna stare you down in the face. I'm going to take all of your laughter in. I'm going to take all of your overshadowing in. And I'm going to work harder. I'm going to work smarter. I'm going to continue to get these nominations to these prestigious ceremonies. I'm going to keep losing them probably too. I've lost so many, you know, in my adult career when it comes to these panels nominating you for your work. There was a saying that Meryl Streep is always the bridesmaid to these ceremonies. Well, I'm the biggest bachelor. I am the bachelor to these ceremonies. And for me, it takes a deal of diligence of pride to be nominated and not win. It would be a shocker if I do actually ever win, but that's not the pursuit, and that's not the gratitude. And you have to offer more than enough. Be grateful for just being nominated. There's nothing more than that, and there's nothing that couldn't keep no prelude for that. And I'm back here on Twitch after being gone for a while. And I'm back on my personal channel. And what I'm asking for you is to follow the story, follow the, the being. Come and talk to me. Come and be a part of the experience. Join the ride. Be a part of the pride. There's a lot of things we got going on. There's a lot of ideas we got pushed, like the King Lion Battle Royale. A lot of hard work went into building that. Right now, that NFT is a small NFT. It's going through an ecosystem. We're building the foundations of a good game off of the platform TikTok. We've got an organization to sanction the events. We got uh, funding from venture capitalists, even though they're uh, small dollar funds. We'll work what we can work with, and we've done the foundational part of it. We haven't marketed it as broadly as we would like because our funds are limited. But we're now approaching on for that series 10K followers on TikTok with less than 500K uh, likes and appreciation, and our promotion. We're currently doing a virtual tour, meaning we're touching the cell phones of selected cities around the world. A virtual tour. And I don't know how long this tour is going to take, what promises this tour is going to make, and what ideas this tour is going to bring. We're going to keep it going and keep it moving. And my time here is up. We're gonna roll out of here, roll tide, and I'm gonna give you a quick response from our friends indeed.
That is your name, right? So, what did you think of the show?
This was an awesome show. I mean, I liked the part where he came out and he talked about Lil Kim. That really touched. It was really funny. Will I recommend anybody to this show? Yes, I will. Thank you. Awesome. I noticed that you were watching this show. You get backstage and look at all this stuff. And what did you think about the show? Did it meet your expectations?
Oh, I definitely love the show. It was an amazing performance by a mad comedian. His rant on Kevin Hart made me really think about what he had to say. And I think all of you should go out and listen to this guy. This guy is awesome. He is the #1 comic in the world. Amazing show. I loved it. Thank you.
Okay, yo, bro, wake up, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. This is the worst show I've ever seen in my life. Man, that guy couldn't put two jokes on one. Two jokes on one. Come on, man. Are you serious, man? Are you serious? Migos, is that you? My God, these mumble rappers sound like Snoopy and Scooby, all on the same team as Goofy and Droopy. Slow down, shorty. The Viper. Jersey City, New Jersey. Reppin' Brooklyn, New York. Heard the boom sound, thought Flex is hot and ready. It's 97 all over again as I blow up the Chevy. Don't make me release this mixtape without auto-tunes. These mumble rappers woke up a legend. No, I ain't John, but I crave what you blended. I got your back, dog. Give me goes attack, dog. One punch to the dome, kick them on the floor like a rat.
same team as Snoopy and Scooby.